What's going on? I'm Southern Eskimo. Today we're going to make, I don't have any ideas, but we're going to make some music today. And then we're going to base the title on whatever we make. That's a nice sample. I think we might start with that. That might be a good one to chop. Now let's pitch that around. I think I want to put some like choir stabs on top of this. So this sounds kind of like elevator music, the original sample does, so maybe we might toss that in the title somehow. Elevator music. Please don't crash my computer, Omnisphere. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of OTT on this time high. Not too much though. And we're going to glue compress it just a bit, bring up the volume. Okay, so then we made this build up that ends right at the end of this like 16 bar loop. It's going to rise up, and so we've got white noise going down, coming up, and then going down into the breakdown. And then there's this pad that I found and used the same chords. And we took away the main hook and then added those, but kept in the choir stabs and the melody that I wrote. And it sounds like this. So these are the pads. And then this clap right here. So for the drop, that thing that I was creating in Serum, it's just that saw wave that with a couple I think it was like 7 voices of unison or something like that. Then we recorded them, and I chopped them up and made this loop. So those empty spaces we can fill with like vocals or like vox noises or any percussion sound that we want. And then you can hear it kind of dipping out, but that's just because I've got it side-chained. So the side-chaining is going on above here. I'm actually using, this is something that I like to do, side-chaining, just to make it super clean and shape it perfectly how I like. I'm using a utility on this section that has my sub bass, which I'm just using a hip hop sub bass, which is an Ableton stock plugin in Operator that they have preset. And I put a saturator on it to give it more of that high end. So let's hear what that sounds like. It's very similar to the pattern that we used in the earlier as the 808 in the beginning of the beat. And then it sounds like this. Okay, so that saturator is just to give it more high-end sound. So I have that grouped with the lead chords, and then I'm side-chaining both of those together in a group with a utility. And I've got the kick side-chained harder than the snare. As you can see, this right here, that's the shape that I have for the kick. This is what I have for the snare. So it's a little bit, well, it's not shorter, but the aggression is the slope of it is actually concaving downward rather than an upward slant. So it's a little less aggressive of a side chain. And if you don't know what side chaining is, all that is doing is reducing the sound of the chords and the sub bass so that it makes room for the kick. So when the kick hits, you don't hear the sub bass, but when they're all combined, the sub bass or the saws, but when it's combined, it doesn't sound like anything's really happening except for like maybe a swing. Well, like you'll kind of hear like a rhythmic swing because of that side chain. But since the snare and the kick are filling those spaces, it's very not noticeable. And this is really important when you're taking into account not having frequencies clash with each other, especially with your kick drum. You want your kick drum, in EDM specifically, to be very isolated. And that's pretty much the only sound you want breaking through. So that's what we've got so far. So far I'm pretty satisfied with this beat. So like I think we're just going to add some vox and some other stuff to this drop to make it more interesting. I want the percussion loop that I just put in there, those little shakers, to also be sidechained to the kick and snare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my core synth group, and I'm going to take this utility and then copy it and put it on the same on the percussion track. Percussion loop. Alright guys, that's how you turn elevator music into an EDM track. So I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please subscribe down below and like this video. It helps me out a lot. Let me know what else you'd like to see out of me, what other kinds of videos. If you like this one better than the rap ones or the hip hop stuff, let me know, comment your thoughts. But yeah, I think I'm just going to structure this out a little bit more. Maybe not. I might just leave it how it is. But anyway, I'll play part of the beat right after this video, and then I'll post another video which just the beat by itself. So if you want to go and listen to that, you can. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna play the beat like right